Hello, everybody. It's Ryno with
Kylie.
Craig.
Morgan.
Tom.
And we are here at Disney California Adventure in Disneyland, and we are ready for the first night of the Oogie Boogie Bash. Some may say Oogie Boogie's Bash, but they'd be wrong and foolish.
Who would those somebody's be?
I don't even know, but I'm very excited for this.
I'm really excited.
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
I see what you did there. I just got it.
Whoa!
Yes, we're ready to just go inside. It's a little before the party, so we're just gonna go in and check some stuff out, hopefully show you everything that there is to offer along the way, as much as we humanly can do. That's it! Yeah, so let's just shut up and go inside.
Hey DJ, I'll take it from here. You think you have what it takes to hang with the BK crew? Okay, let's see what you've got. I see a lot of new villains out tonight. Wicked.
Hey DJ, give us a beat.
Hello. Lovely to see you all. Greetings. I see you're missing a hat tonight, dear. Yes, you. Come forward. You, yes. Yes, you, yes. Come along. What's your name? Karen. Hello, Karen. Now, what are you dressed up like tonight? She's dressed up as nothing. Perhaps the most terrifying costume one could choose, right? Well, you've been quite successful, my dear. Where are you visiting from?
Just down the street.
Down the street? Well, no wonder she's left then, right? Are you enjoying the festivities so far? Did you receive an invitation to this tonight? Did you get an invitation to come? You did. Spencer, we still haven't gotten ours. You know, it must have been lost in the postage system. It's not very reliable in Wonderland. Luckily, none of you can keep a secret, so I just turned up at the front gate and they let me in.
Do you sense a disquieting metamorphosis? You ready for a change? Let me work my magic!
Some go this way. Some go that way.
That's the best part of Halloween!
Getting together with friends and dressing up.
Awesome costumes, you two! Thanks!
And you all look spooktacular.
Say, who's ready to dance?
Yes! Knock, knock, knock! Come on, guys! Hey! Knock, knock, knock! Knock, knock, knock! Rock, rock, rock! Rock, rock, rock!
Everybody!
Rock, rock! Rock, rock, rock!
Halloween is so exciting. Parties everywhere, so inviting.
Time to try some make-believe.
You never know what's up our sleeve. guys. I'm Halloween. You can be anything. Skeleton muscles, big looking or an astronaut. Be a vampire. Step in, give it all you got. Be an awesome superhero, go stretch your stuff.
Be a pretty, pretty princess all dressed up in fluff.
Be a creature who's invading us from outer space. Be a pirate if you are flying with you. Be a happy place. It's time to thrill and roll your heat. Get on your costume and feel the scream. We're about to have some smooth fun. Knocking on doors, that's how it's done. Knock, knock, knock. Open up the doors and then rah, rah, rah. All right, kids, it's time to stand up. Come on down. It's time to move.
Now you, my friend, you look like you're in the mood for a batch of my special snake and spider stew. No! Look at that outfit! It's awful, dreadful, horrible, and I mean that as a compliment, of course.
Well, we got some more royalty in the house. Look at this here. Lots of spirits out here tonight. Anybody see Oogie Boogie yet?
Yes.
You did? Very good. Now I gotta make sure you thank him for me. Thank you for all this here. Make me feel all nice and comfortable for being all the way over from New Orleans.
Which spinning wheel shall we use next time? I brought quite a selection tonight, didn't I? Yes. How excellent. Then go. Find me a maid of 16 years with hair as sunshine gold and lips as red as a rose. Go find her and do not fail me.
Just in time. I've been working on a very special recipe this evening, and I need a few more ingredients to complete it. Let's see. You may bow. Very good.
So you all come to my story time. Got a story filled with tricks and treats, and it'll send chills all the way down to your feet. So sit down, get comfy. This is going to be a very interesting tale. She must choose a costume to wear on this night. A princess for sweetness, or a villain for fright. Princess villain, 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 princess villain.
What are you doing? Choose your costume yet?
The princess was popular. She'd surely fit in. But the dragon would make her a little villain. I know what I choose.
Not enough for you? I'll show you one more thing.
or a mosaic? Hey, how you doing? Looking good. Nice dress. Listen, kid, I'm not sure what you're looking for down here. Frankly, don't care. Don't have time to deal with you. How'd you like to go on a small boat ride?
Welcome to the family. A little bird inside of us all. My bugs. My bugs. Mr. Oogie Boogie, and you ain't going nowhere. Sweet dreams.
Party is over. They kicked us out.
Yeah, and we're not the last people in there, but we were close to the last people in there.
Yeah.
But
My feet are tired.
Oh yeah. You know, the scary thing is, like, when we do this on our coast at Walt Disney World, because the party's there and at midnight, then it's like we're usually not out to our car until like 1:30. Right. So I'm looking straight at Disneyland right now and seeing that it's actually only 20 till 12.
You
I'm
can
like,
get one more ride in.
oh, that's
closed.
You
It
can
closed
go
at
in there
11.
and ride Space Mountain.
No, it closed at 11.
It closed.
Oh, it closed at 11.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
this
okay.
is
This is Monday. That's right.
That's right.
New Disneyland.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Budget cuts. Okay.
Well, it's not budget cuts, just new Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no more open till midnight except busy nights. But anywho, with it, that's one cool thing about it. But yeah, so there was a lot happening in Oogie Boogie Bash. I mean,
I
a lot.
love the immersive trails.
I think
really
think
do.
that's the best upgrade this year
Yeah.
is the 5 different immersive treat trails.
Yeah. Especially Oogie Boogie. Oh my gosh.
The only thing with Oogie Boogie, he really wasn't interactive. I don't think he could really see what was going on, but the rest of
He was
the
talking to me.
Sure.
He was?
But Facilier and Mad Hatter were interacting with the people.
Yes,
Yeah, which is
Same
kinda
with Evil
cool.
Queen.
Yeah, that's what Evil Queen probably did the most interaction. Actually, Maleficent was so-so. I mean, she was interacting, but a lot of times she was just brooding on her little chair that they gave her. But I understand too. Doing
Mad Hatter liked his hat.
Yes.
His little hat. Asked him where he got his little hat.
well, that's embarrassing.
Kind of.
Yeah. So okay, so we think treat trails were definitely a plus on this. What about Villainous Grove?
I liked Villainous Grove with the lights and the trees. It's really pretty. I think it's more pretty Grove.
It was pretty, but I think it was a waste of time and a waste of space. Sorry.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was. I will concur with that. It was pretty, but I mean, it's the problem is it has a line because people want to go through it, so you can't do anything about that. It's just I don't know what kind of return you're going to get out of it. I mean, the one thing I will say that was good is that they were quoting people like 45 minutes, an hour in line. And it was like 15 to anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes.
I think people just saw a line and got in it and didn't know what they were getting in line for.
Yeah.
I think if you wait and you take your time and you look at the lights that turn into villains, it's actually quite pretty. It's nice.
So frightfully fun parade. I can barely say it right now. It's,
It's the same.
Yeah.
The same. Yeah.
It's cool. It looked good here. I was not impressed with the projections that they touted on Carthay Circle. While any little extra atmosphere is always appreciated, it felt like really cheap animation to me, and I don't know. It didn't. I would have liked to seen something actually Oogie Boogie related going on with it.
One thing about Frightfully Fun is because California Adventure has such a long parade route, they're only doing one parade.
Yeah.
So if you miss it, you miss it. So.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, I showed up for my parade spot, I want to say to get the prime spot right in front of Carthay looking at that, I showed up about 35 minutes ahead of time with no issues at all.
Yeah. Because it's such a long parade route.
Yeah.
There's a spot for everyone to really see them.
Okay, and before the A-Team steps in, and yeah, that's right, I'm kicking us down a notch tonight. Before the A-Team steps in, one last thing, unless I'm missing anything from what I experienced, at least I don't know about y'all, but Villainous, World of Color.
I think it's an interesting story. I like that they're not just rehashing all the bits and pieces from movies. So, you know,
I liked Shelley Marie as a character. I kind of liked the story, but there were some weird elements of that show.
I don't think there's such a thing as a bad World of Color. However, for all the people out there who really hated Neil Patrick Harris in the 60th anniversary World of Color, I think maybe
he went up on the list.
Yeah, he might no longer be at the bottom of it, but time will tell on that. And then the last thing, and then again, A-Team will step on. I thought it was really cool how many awesome, unique characters they had around. From the, I saw Chippendale in their Rescue Rangers outfits.
I saw Blue Fairy. I saw Blue Fairy and Pinocchio.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah, all different.
Yeah, very cool. Not enough time to meet any of them, but it was still cool seeing them. The people who make it like their priority coming to only meet characters, you're gonna meet some neato ones.
You caught the Mickey show.
I did, yeah.
Trick and treat?
Yeah, Mickey's Trick or Treat. I don't know. Great for kids.
Yeah, for my kids would love it. Yeah.
And then I saw the Descendants a couple times.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and it's. Really,
I love Descendants. I copied it. I can dance. Yeah.
I really like that they put in a little salute to Cameron Boyce, which was kind of it was subtle, but it was there, which is I like that.
I didn't see it, but that's okay.
That's why I'm talking about it.
I can't wait to watch the video that Ryno took of it. It'll be good. So, any final thoughts here on B Team?
No.
Okay, we'll let the A Team step up and share their final thoughts and wrap this sucker up.
I'll let the ladies talk first, because so far I've heard some things I might disagree with and might agree with. So, Morgan, you're the local. Why don't you tell us what you think?
What should we start with? Villainous World of Color?
Let's start with at the beginning. What a great place that is to start. Whatever the quote is from Sound of Music, right?
That wasn't. Good job. The tree trail. So we did some of the tree trails. What?
I'm taking on my phone to keep track of it all. So.
So we did some of the tree trails. I didn't know how it was gonna be because I'm a big character person. Having them kind of up on a stand and not like a formal meet and greet where you take a picture and stuff like that. But it was actually really cool. And they have like a really cool backdrop for each character that's customized and like cool music and surroundings. There was Dr. Facilier, Mad Hatter, Oogie Boogie was definitely a highlight for sure. Maleficent.
Well, tell me your party highlights. Like, what's
party
the thing
highlights.
you're walking away
Okay.
from and you're like, that was awesome?
I loved the Descendants party. Probably too much for my age.
Oh no, okay.
But it was really, really cool. It wasn't like your typical Disney dancing. It's not like parade dancing. It's really like a villain kid would be. And I really, really enjoyed it. And so I liked that.
How about a low light? Give me a low light now.
Villainous.
Oh, okay. You don't like the
really
World of
did
Color.
not like. I thought I got to go to the media event and they said they had stuff to work on and I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. The only thing that I noticed that changed is by a few animations is Shelley Marie actually talked a little bit in the show. Last time she didn't at all. They specifically said she wasn't going to. So yeah, I didn't like it.
Kylie, what about you? A highlight of the highlights or things that you're walking away with and you're like, that was swell?
I love the treat trails just because I like that the characters actually got to interact with the whole crowd versus just like one individualized person. Like when you're doing the meet and greets, it's always like, how are you today?
Yeah.
And that way you can like interact with a bigger crowd. It's not as long as a wait time and you still feel like you got that character interaction. And then a low light, oh gosh.
What's something you're walking away and you're like, if I came again, I don't know that I'd make time for it.
That trail, I don't know the name of it.
I kept calling it Villainous all night, and that's not what it was called. Yeah, Villain's Grove. I'm sorry. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Enjoy it at all. I thought it was aesthetically pleasing, but I just didn't like. I wouldn't wait in line again for it. I would rather like go through another treat trail or try to do something else.
Okay, I'm gonna run through my night because I have the checklist in my hand right here. So the first thing I did was go to Descendants to record that, and my camera malfunctioned about 5 minutes into the show, so I had to watch it again. And normally I'd be upset, but I'm gonna agree with you. And I actually thought it was a really good show. I thought it was just long enough. I think any longer it would have been too much. I thought it wasn't your typical like, okay, I'm gonna walk over here and feel like a weirdo filming people while children are dancing, and actually there was a lot of people that were older that were over there, and I was there with you guys, and I was like, okay, I'm into this. Like, I completely forgot how terrible these movies are while I was doing this. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, and I actually saw a bunch of people that were dressed up in different versions of the characters, and then I really enjoyed that dragon they brought out at the end too.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and then I went. I actually did also check out the Mickey dance party, the Trick and Treat dance party. I didn't stay for the entire thing because I had a couple other things to get, but another thing that I thought, like, okay, Minnie, it's too much Minnie for me, but that's usually life. There's always too much Minnie for me, and I know everybody else doesn't agree with me, but I think it was, what was really weird is it was mostly adults in there, and I was like, this is definitely a children's show. But I liked that it was out of the way, and like, so kids and parents that wanted to be with the kids had like a safe space, you know, that wasn't like out and about, and not that this isn't all a safe space. So the parade. I love this parade, the Frightfully Fun Parade. It is an actual Halloween parade from beginning to end, with the exception of the Cheshire Cat, who as he went by, and I was like, wait a minute, didn't he help her? Is he like, he's the only one on there where I'm like, what are you doing, kitty cat? Get off of there, puppy. Yeah, so I was like, but I thought he was cute. I love the Jack and Sally float with the 0 on the side of it, and I love that it's all like Nightmare Before Christmas kind of things, but all like interspersed with some regular Disney villains and stuff.
The stilt walkers.
Yeah, those are creepy actually.
They're like
the shadow people, pumpkin stilt
they're
walkers.
very tall.
Yeah, I thought that was great. World of Color, I thought if it had been, so it was probably somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. I think if it had been about 10 minutes shorter, it could have been a lot better. I completely agree. It would be like, she'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go visit the Snow Queen. And Snow Queen's like, all right, listen here, little girl, I'm gonna teach you a thing. It's a poison apple. And she's like, no. And she's like, wait, one more thing. It did dancing skeletons. And I was like, is this in the movie? And I completely forgot. Like, but the music, the problem was the music kept cueing in like it was about to be the part of Phantasmic with the elephants on parade and the pink elephants and stuff, and it jumped backwards into some weird like 50s swing dance, but not like the fun kind. So it was really like, it felt weird. I liked how they incorporated the characters. I hated that character though. I don't know what Tom's talking about. I liked the lesson she learned about being an individual, and like it's okay to be somebody who's outside of the box and not on things.
Embracing your uniqueness and stuff.
I thought for me this was the low light.
Really quick. Louella and I, when we watched it, we were during the Ursula part with the poor unfortunate souls, when the little things, everybody around us started laughing.
Yeah, it's so weird. It is like, I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this. Like, I loved the Trick or Treat trail as well. I thought, I disagree about about Oogie Boogie not being interactive, because I stood there for a while and he like looked right at me and said whatever he said. Like, obviously he only has so many phrases he could say because he's got a mouthful of bugs. So, you know, I loved what he was saying. I loved what he was doing. I was kind of like blown away when I stepped into the Art of Animation where he was, and it was all dedicated to him, and I thought,
it looks like
wow.
his lair. Like,
yeah, and that's good for the host of the event. I thought that was great. The Mad Hatter interaction was cool too. And then lastly, I disagree. I enjoyed the projections on Carthay Circle as well. I did not like every projection. My favorite was the one where it looked like it was crumbling. I thought there was the candy one was kind of like, but I liked the crumbling one, and I liked the skeletons. Like, what? What? That's what? And then I probably disagree with everybody except for maybe Louella on this, that I really liked the Villain's Grove. I actually walked through this thing and I was like, wow, I thought this was going to be so stupid and boring, and I was like, there is so much effects going on. I think the Lion King part where all the smoke is coming out of the ground was awesome. I loved the Queen of Hearts, even though I hate Alice in Wonderland. I thought that part was awesome. Yeah, I like when the Cheshire Cat shows up and then they disappear. I thought it was really, really cool, and I thought it was kind of creepy, to be 100% honest with you. Like, I was like, I'm a sucker for like multicolored, like those neon, like green, purple. That lighting is my aesthetic, and if I could have lived in that forest, I would have. So I would definitely tell you not to skip that, because I think it is actually something very original that they haven't really done before. So
I actually really liked it too, and I liked that there's, like, if there is kids that get scared, there's the little wisps that appear in each scene that kind of like ease the tension, I guess you could say. But I did like all the effects. There were some parts that were like, it was whatever, and then there was other parts where like, oh, this is really cool. I took my sweet time. You guys were way ahead of me, but you don't have to go with the flow. Like, you can stay and watch a scene and then go to the next. It's kind of like
I was a little nervous about that in the beginning, but because there was like weird traffic stops, but then you realize you could go around people. But I just want to comment on it too, because nobody talked about it, but the crowd levels were incredibly manageable. I never at any point thought it was too crowded anywhere I was. And I think my experience at this party was 1,000 times better than the one at Walt Disney World, but I will say it was a completely different experience too, which I also really appreciated. That nothing about this party was a clone, I felt like, in any way other than they were passing out candy, and even then I thought they did a much better job about passing out candy than they did at Walt Disney World. But that's a huge park, and this is a lot smaller of a park, so completely different thing. But I think if you're going, I would be really curious to hear what you think about your experience, so please let us know in the comments below what you're going to think about that. I would definitely recommend this party. I definitely think it was worth the money. I honestly, if they weren't almost all completely sold out, if they're not already sold out, I'd be like, how can I fly here and do this one more time? So like I said, let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this video or whatever, feel free to give it a thumbs up, a little spooky thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell, you'll get notified whenever we put up new content. But I think the security guards are gonna kick us out in a second, so we gotta go. Also, we have to go edit this video so you can watch it. So thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.